Real talk now. I'll preface this with one thing, maybe two. One, I'm genuinely a nice, concerned, compassionate person. After this video, you probably won't think so. Two, if you're a lazy, incompetent bastard, get the fuck out. So I work at Burger King. I've been working there for a month. They didn't really train me, started me off at drive-thru and then taught me everything. I can pretty much do any job in the place, and one would say that I'm a valued worker. Not only do I do my job, I help other people with their job when they're having trouble. I make sure that everything's running smoothly. Yesterday, I did someone else's job for them. Not because I wanted to, but because I was threatened that if we don't close by 1 o'clock, that both he and I would be fired. One, I am really angry. Not at our manager, because it's just, you know, she's not closing with me, so she doesn't know if I'm doing my job or not. I'm not really even angry at the shift manager, who's the one that relayed the information to us and caused me to have a really shitty day yesterday. I'm angry at the fucking person I'm closing with, because he blatantly doesn't do his job and is a lazy piece of shit, and also is like 100% incompetent. And even though we were told that we could get fired if we don't close on time, he didn't like get his act together and he didn't pick up any slack. I literally had to do over half of his job for him last night. Also, while doing my own, which doesn't make any sense because we should both be done around the same time. So I had to literally do a double speed in order to make sure that I don't get fired. I could say a lot of things. I want to say a lot of things, not only in this video but to my boss. But I really feel like I have three options. I can either shut the fuck up, suck it up, and realize that people really do suck, and just deal with it, and if it doesn't get better within a week, quit, because I'm not dealing with this shit. Quit and be the bigger person, don't say shit, don't get angry, just realize that the world is shitty. Two, I could tone down a lot of the language that I have streaming through my head, like useless waste of human flesh, lazy motherfucking bastard, stupid dumbass pothead, human douchebag. Like, honestly, this kid is the bane of my existence. I could tone down that language, and I could tell the other shift lead / the manager, you know, some of what I'm feeling, and explain that I work my ass off and I do his job for him, and it's really not my fault that the night shift has been going to shit. Because all the times that it's been at a shitty speed, I either one, haven't been there, or two, have been the only one doing work, so obviously it's going to turn to shit. Give her a few examples, nothing incriminating to the other kid, because honestly I have all the details in the world about him. Like, the reason he's late to break is because he goes, looks for pot in town, smokes, and then comes back high, and he's even more useless than he was without being high. Two, whenever I like talk to him about the day before, what, like, if he's closing without me, and I ask him like why they got out so late, he's like, yeah, I didn't really do anything, so I figured we wouldn't get out early. And when I like look at him and I watch him doing his work, he is literally the slowest fucking kid in the world. Like, and I'll ask him, I'll be like, he was wiping off the tables in the dining room, for example, and I'll be like, you know, you can bring the bucket with you, because he's walking literally back and forth to just wet the fucking rag. And he's like, yeah, I know, but this takes longer, so then I don't have to do anything else. So yeah, I'm not gonna mention those things until it's really fucking necessary, but I'm gonna say that if she wants me to do work in the back, like wash the dishes, make the food, make sure everything's cooked and ready, like all this other bullshit that I shouldn't be doing because I work the front, then she's gonna have to train someone to do the front. And I will do the back, I don't mind. But I'm not gonna be doing 2 jobs at the same time. It's not fair. And I'm not gonna take it. Because it'd be different if I was just helping, and if I was doing it for someone who is actually hardworking, and it's really just during crazy busy times that I have to pick up like an extra few tasks. That wasn't it. I wasn't picking up an extra few tasks. I was picking up half his workload. And he was actually taking sweet-ass time because he didn't want to do anything. I'm only going to mention the important things about what sucked about yesterday to my manager. Like, after I finished the front, I was lucky that there were barely any customers at drive-thru that night because I had to wash half of his dishes. I had to wipe down, sweep, and mop the back. And I had to watch him fuck up the rest of the dishes and to re-rinse them for him. I would have had to re-wash them if we had time. And while I was doing these dishes, he took an hour to wipe down a counter, which would have taken a normal human being 5 minutes to do it correctly. I'm going to mention that I do not appreciate being threatened to be fired when clearly it is not my fault that we are getting out late. And I will say that either he picks up some slack and gets his act together and does his job not only correctly but quickly, or they need to schedule me with someone else because I refuse to work with them. And if that doesn't happen, then I will quit. That is my second option. My third option is to be a complete total douchebag and rant to my shift lead today about everything that I hate about the job and hope that she does something about it. I'm going to take the professional route and I'm going to tell her what she needs to know and tell her my concerns, but I'm not going to rant and ramble about why this kid sucks and what he does wrong and why he is a waste of space. And I will not use words like waste of space, waste of human flesh, human douchebag. Like, I'm not gonna, because you know what? It's not really fair. It's not fair for me to say things like that about him behind his back. It's not fair for me to do anything but think it. And just because he makes my life hard and is disrespectful towards me through his actions doesn't mean that I get to be disrespectful back. So, I'm going to voice my concerns today and see how it goes. But it doesn't mean that I like this lazy fucking bastard. It doesn't mean that I want to work with him. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to be nice to him. Because you know what? For this month, I've been so nice to him. I have just figured he is a slow learner. But having conversations with him and viewing him has proven to me that he is a lazy, incompetent pothead who doesn't deserve to have this job. And hopefully he's fired very soon. If you have any experiences with lazy fucking bastards, please respond with a video and or comment. Thank you and have a nice day.